It's Contrast, and welcome back to probably the most requested video on my channel for a long time, and that is for a tutorial on how I make my Photoshop FIFA edits for Instagram. So here it is today, a bit of a different video from the normal FIFA on the PlayStation, but I thought that this is a video that all of you guys want to see, so why not make it? Yeah, let's get started. So anyway, I'm here in Adobe Photoshop CC 2017, as you see right there. And I have Photoshop open, so the first thing that I do is I get my brushes and credit thing, which is kind of like my trademark watermark at the bottom. So if you see, right now it's a blank screen. I'll just show you guys my canvas size if you want to know. So I do 30 inches by 30 inches, and that is 3,000 pixels. So yeah, that's the size I use. So let me create a black background so you guys can see what my brushes look like, if any of you want to take a screenshot of this and then you remake them in Photoshop. I will do that. Let me just make them white for you guys so you can see. So yeah, those are my brushes right there. That's one set of brushes that I use. Yeah, so that's one set that I use a lot in my edits. Let me delete that. And then the second set is this. This is something that Foot Select, I'll leave his link in the description below. Foot Select gave me this template, and it's a really sick template. So yeah. And lastly, we have credits at the bottom right here, and that right there is basically what I use. So today is Sunday, February 26th, but I'm probably gonna post this post on the 27th, and this is the player we're going to be showcasing today is Sergio Aguero. So we'll type that in. So you see right there, that's done. So credits are done. And now, what I use to make all my photos Ultra HD is I have this little Getty Images plugin extension. Now this plugin right here is just absolutely amazing. It gives all my pictures in around 3,000 pixel size. So it's absolutely amazing. Now, one tip that I always use, I always give people while they make their edits, is something that just gives me a little motivation, and that's music. So, if I were you, I recommend listening to music. It's just something that kind of keeps you thinking, and it's just really good motivation. So yeah, music is really good to listen to. And yeah, let's carry on to this Getty Images plugin. So what we want to do is search the player. So Sergio Aguero. Now, you guys can just go on Google and just search Getty Images plugin for Photoshop and download it. It's available for Mac and PC. I have a Mac, but you can download it for PC too, I'm pretty sure. So anyway, what I do is I go to newest, and then here we have pictures. I'm pretty sure that picture's from World Cup, so I don't know. Maybe that's a little glitch or something. Not sure. So, is it? Oh no, maybe not. It's not. Never mind. Anyway, so if we go down, here's some pictures of him playing in Man City. This is definitely not newest. Hold on. Let me just sort out the filters so it gets it correct. Alright, sorry guys. I think I have to actually update my Getty Images plugin, so I'll do that and then I'll be back. Right guys, so I'm back. Just had to update my Getty Images. It's all fine now. So here we have a lot of different images of Aguero in Ultra HD. And what I do is I find one where his body is not covered by the Getty Images watermark. That just makes it a lot easier for me to get rid of the watermark, especially when it's not on him. So what I generally do is I scroll down most to 3 pages and try and find a solo shot or a mostly solo shot of him. So if we just keep scrolling down, this one right here is pretty good. Also, this one is decent. We could use that. But I really want to get a good shot of him, so I'm going to keep going at the most 2 more pages, and if not, I'll go back there, see what we have. So as you see guys, there are just some really good HD images. I like to get full body images. Here we go. That's a nice one of him right here. So this is a perfect image to use. So I'm just gonna save this to my desktop. And now, as you see, there it is. So the first thing you want to do is do embed linked. That means if you ever go to a different computer and use Photoshop, the embed linked means that you won't lose this photo and it will always be as part of a Photoshop document, not as part of your computer. Next, what I like to do just to keep organized is title this one Aguero base, and then I copy that one and I title this one Aguero edit, and I rasterize this layer. Now rasterizing basically is like you can change and take stuff out of this layer, so take out the watermark, etc. But I always leave a base layer in case I mess up or something. Next, we have to choose whether we want this background or these brushes. For this edit, I'm gonna go with this background. So what I'm gonna do is remove this, and I'll just quickly run you guys through what's in the background. So, what we have is like this little lighting at the top right here. As you can see, by turning this on and off, that little lighting goes on and off. Then we have the bottom right brush, which is right here. We have this main brush right here. Now that brush is probably one of the most important brushes. And then we have the top left brush right here. And lastly, we just have some effects like lighting effects that you'll see later on. So anyway, what we want to do is we want to take the Aguero base and hit Command T to change the size and move the size up so he fits just perfectly, as you can see, vertically, or if the picture's a vertical picture, then horizontally in the canvas size. Press enter to save that, and there we have it. Now what we want to do is turn off the base, and we have Aguero. So the first thing we want to do is remove the background and cut Aguero out of the picture. Now if you don't know how to cut, there's a few ways to do so. One is the least accurate, which is the magic wand. And what you do with the magic wand is, I'm gonna raise this, so you press W on your keyboard and right click on this otherwise and quick selection tool, not magic wand. And then what you do is you raise this size to 100 and you just drag selecting. However, this isn't really accurate and it leaves out a bit of the background. I like to use this for round things like the ball and then just feather the edges and make sure it's perfect. The second tool you can use is the pen tool. Now, I don't use the pen tool. I know a lot of professional designers like to, but I just don't really like the pen tool. The third tool is the eraser tool, where you basically take the eraser, you raise the size again to 100, and you just remove the background until you get him. Now, this method is okay, but my favorite is the polygonal lasso tool. This is the most effective for me at least, and although it does take some while, you basically cut out the player to perfection, and I'll show you why you need to cut out the player later on. So anyway, I'm gonna speed this part of the video up and just cut out the player. And if you want a separate tutorial on how to do that, I will leave a link to Footy Renders YouTube in the description below, and they show you how to perfectly cut out a player. So if you want to learn how to go do that, go check that out. But for now, I'm just gonna speed this part up, cut the player out, and I'll be back when I finish. Right guys, so I finished cutting Aguero out, and as you guys see, this was probably sped up to make it like 10 or 20 seconds, but it actually took me around 5 minutes. So edits do take a designer a while to make, as you saw right there. So I just finished cutting Aguero out. So what I'm gonna do now is press Command J while selected on the Aguero edit layer, and that just makes it a new layer, as you see right there. There's the render I just made. So that's what the renders are like. So now I'm gonna turn back on the Aguero edit, and I'm gonna put Aguero right there in the background. And as you see there, the ball is on the brush, and I just don't really like that, so I'm just deleting the ball. And yeah, so that's what Aguero looks like. And I'm gonna put him under the brushes right there at the bottom. So that's all good. Now what we want to do is remove the Getty Images watermark. So first what I'm gonna do is remove this brush so we have some space to work with, and start just slowly clone stamping it. So I press S, and then I do Alt or Option click right next to where I want to clone stamp it, and I just scroll down, scroll up, like basically whatever's easiest for you. So there we go. As you see, clone stamp is working, and yeah. So now we can also go from the top if we want. And if we want, we can just do something easy. Press J, and it's going to give you this patch tool. What you want to do is select around the get images and just move the patch tool up. Actually, hold on guys, I messed up. I actually was doing all this on the render layer, so we want to remove all that and go back underneath, take this off, and I'll go back to the Aguero edit, and this should be much easier. So first what I'm going to do is take the marquee tool, go like that. So the marquee tool is this. You can press M as a shortcut, then I'm going to press J to go there. So the patch tool, I'm just going to move all this up, everything. So I'm going to make this all black. Now that didn't really work, so I'm going to take clone stamp and just go over everything. So you see, kind of just blending it in. You see, I'm just going through it, finishing it off, and that looks decent. Now what I'm gonna do just to make this clean is I'm gonna go right up to him and do this clone stamp. So let's zoom in a bit. As you see, his glove got clone stamped in, so we want to remove that. So this makes it look uniform if we do it up to his body. And we can also add some grass there. Alright, so that actually doesn't look that good. We'll remove that too. So we have that blue there that we want to change, so we're just gonna add the background and then take right next to it and put it. Perfect. So that actually looks pretty decent. As you see, it's fine now. What we want to do is turn back on the bottom right brush, and yeah, so that's what it looks like right now. It looks pretty good in my opinion so far. What we want to do now is probably the card. So we have the credits, we have the background. What we want to do is probably add a card right here or right here. I'm not really sure. What I think I'm gonna do is move this over a lot, like right there. I think that's good. And I'm gonna probably add some words right here. So yeah. So what I'm gonna do is do Command Open. And now I'm gonna go to my graphics folder for FIFA 17 and open my cards. So right now what I have here is 3 different files: player renders, club and nation, and official cards. I do this simply because one card takes up a lot of, if I put everything together, it takes up a ton of space. So what I'm first gonna do is open all official cards. So that's all my card pack. I made all these cards myself, so pretty proud of that. So let's wait for this to open, and then I'll show you guys what you do. Right guys, so what you wanna do is, right now I have the one to watch card open. I'm gonna click that off and go down to my man of the match cards, click that folder open, and click the Champions League card open. So I have my Champions League card right here. I have all the other cards too. So I'm gonna open the Champions League card. It's a smart object, so what you do is you double click on right here, and here it is. So now we gotta change these to Aguero stats. So what I do for that is I go to Twitter, EA Sports Twitter, and I just look at their post of Aguero. So right here is the post of Aguero. As you see, 91 striker Aguero. So what we're gonna do is just change everything to 91 striker Aguero, and he has 91, 92. So just constantly check to make sure you have the right stats. You never want to mess up on the stats, as that's always really disappointing. Now he also has 92, 30, 92, 30, and 78. So yeah, those are his stats. As you see, this is my old card watermark if you know my Instagram. So what I'm gonna do right now is just go here, command open to an old card, and I'm gonna duplicate this contrast design from the card onto my Champions League Man of the Match card. So there we have it. That's a new watermark that I use, and let's just center that. Perfect. So now that's good, so we can save this and close this smart object. So we have the card. Now what we want to do is we want to do command open and open club and nation. So all these files are pretty big. As you see, this is 1.1 gigs. This is smallish, at least for me. So what you want to do now is go to Champions League Man of the Match card, the card you're using, and duplicate that layer onto the club and nation. So once I have that, I'm just not going to save because I don't really care about the text. Unless I'm adding something new, I never save my card files. So here we have it. Now what we want to do is go down to clubs and change this to the Premier League. So we already have Man City loaded up, but I have all the badges. And we want to go down to France, wherever the France flag is. Remove that and add Argentina. So yeah, there we go. That's it. And now the final thing we want to do is open player renders. Right guys, so now we're here on player render. So what we want to do is go to Club and Nation, duplicate that onto player renders, and then close this Club and Nation without saving. So now we're here. What we want to do is merge these layers just to save some space and move that below the player renders. Next, what we want to do is go to my all official faces and search for Aguero to see if I have him. Do I have him? I do have him. So there we have it. That's Aguero face. Let me just make sure. Yes, that is. So we're all good. If you don't have the faces, you can go look on Google, go look on my Getty Images plugin, or go look on PremierLeague.com website, because they have every single Premier League player face in HD. So that's the great thing about the website. Next, what I do is I do Command-Shift-Save, and I change this to location desktop, type PNG, and recall this Aguero Man of the Match backing, because this has the backing in it, as you see. So we save that and close this file. So we close the file without saving it, because again, we didn't add anything. And now we go to Command Open and go down to Graphics again and open the 3D card frame. Now this is the card frame from Just Love Foot, and that's basically a 3D frame that I put all my cards on. So let's wait for this to open, and then I'll show you guys what we do with that. Alright guys, so we're on the file now. What you want to do is get rid of, hide this and go to the right frame. Should we do right frame or left frame? I think I'm going to do right frame right here. Yeah, right frame. And then what you want to do is go in, go to frames, and so we're doing the Man of the Match, this blue one. So we hold Alt, and then we click on this little eye, so this is the only one that's showing, right? Now we go up here to the card group, and we click on card, and we open this smart object. Once we do that, what we want to do is go to our Finder, go to Desktop, and drag this PNG card into this file. There we have it. So there it is. And now we just want to drag this file up until the card backing is touching these edges of the guides. Then we want to move this card up so that it's within the boundaries, and we want to turn this black off. We also want to do flip horizontal because, as you'll see, the card frame is on the right, so for this to work, I don't know why you have to flip it horizontal. I'll show you guys what it looks like. So see, it's perfect. Even though we said flip horizontal, the card frame is also flipped horizontal or something, so it works. So yeah, this is the frame. Now what we want to do for this is go to File, Export, and then quick export as PNG, and then save this as the same Aguero, man of the match, and then 3D. So save that to desktop. We're done. Now we don't save this, and once again we go back to Finder. There we have it, man of the match, Aguero, and we move that right into our main file and press enter. Now we do Command T again and move Aguero down, down, down until he's about right there. So now what we do is we move him into the background and below him. However, we need to move Aguero above, so perfect. And I'm gonna move the card a little down, a little to the right. There we go. That looks pretty sick, actually. I'm gonna make the card a little bigger, I think. That looks good. Perfect. Now what I'm gonna do is probably actually not put the text in the top right, but in the top left. So I'm gonna put the text in the top left, and yeah. Right, guys, so I just looked up. Aguero got 2 goals and 1 assist in that win. So what we're going to do is type in about 152, and type that in. We want it to be like a yellow color. So here we have 2 goals. What I actually want to do is raise this to 200, and then in smaller writing in about 130. In 130, I want to write 2 goals in white. Sorry, that's black. I don't know what I was thinking. 2 goals. That's actually way too big. Let's lower that to 80. And what we want to do that is make that in the middle. Actually, no, we want to make that right there. 2 goals. So 2 goals. We want to move that right here. So move goals up, and then we want to do and then layer copy 2 and 1, and then copy goals. They don't get what I'm doing, but they can't see the vision. They don't get the dream I'm pursuing. 1 assist. So what we want to do is raise this font from DIN to DIN Pro Black condensed, and lift that up, and then actually delete assist, command copy goals, and change that to assist, and move goals just a little down, and change the and to black. So move all that over. So 2 goals and 1 assist. Moving and up a little and over a little. So there we have that. 2 goals and 1 assist. I'm gonna make assist a little smaller, and then copy assist, move it down, and write in. And then I want to copy the 2 move that down here, and then change that to 4:1, and change this back to black, and make this font 150, size 150, and I'm actually gonna change this to black, and this also to black, and then move the 1 in a little, move the 2 in a little, and that looks pretty good. 2 goals and 1 assist in. Right guys, so unfortunately my screen recorder just cut out. It said there wasn't enough space or something, so I cleared up some space, saved the screen recording, and now I'm back. I'm not exactly sure where I was talking, but anyway, so we're at 2 goals and 1 assist in a 4-1, no, not a 4-1, in a 5-3 win. So what we need to add is win right here, and then I think we're pretty much good. So I'm gonna up this 5-3 just a tiny bit, and then just below that, I'm gonna copy goals, move that all the way down here, and make that a win. Right, so that's pretty much it. What I'm gonna do is change this and do something that probably a lot of you guys know FreshFX does, and what he does is he writes his name very small and sideways. So I'm gonna write contrast, and then turn that vertical, so 90, and then move that just there, and lower the size. Perfect. So that looks actually pretty good. I really like how that looks and how it's turned out. What I'm gonna add now is just some CC, and then I'm pretty much done with the edit. Right guys, so one last thing I forgot to do with the edit is I need to add the badges of the 2 clubs that played, so we know who played. Same as what FreshFX does, but yeah, I think that's a really cool idea. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. Put it right there. So now we have Monaco and City. We'll lower the city badge size. There we go. So now move City and Monaco over right here, and then just move Monaco down and put that under. And so if we see Monaco, we want to make that just the size of City, so we're going to put Monaco on top. Great, and then just lower that down to right about there. So lastly, what we want to do is just perfect this so it's really nice, perfect. And yeah, right guys, so there we have it. That's the Aguero Man of the Match edit. We're just gonna save all that. Let's wait for it to save. So to save, you just do Command S. I'm sure all of you guys know that. And that's pretty much how I make my edits. Last thing we want to do is Command Shift save, and save that as a JPEG, and save it in highest quality, 12, so maximum. Right guys, that's the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please remember to comment below any other tutorials you want to see, and I'll see you next time.
Always getting home late and I feel like I never have time. No time. But they tell me don't stress, cause that shit, yeah, it's all in your mind. It be all in your mind, And it's feeling so crazy how fast all these months go by. But they tell me don't stress, cause that shit, it be all in your mind. Oh, yeah, that shit, it be all in my mind.